Okay, how many people have you guys heard basically hoping we don't make peace between Russia and Ukraine because they don't want President Trump to have a victory? It is so shameful, it's so sad, it's so disgusting. I can't believe the amount of people, A, not giving him proper credit for what he's already accomplished, President Trump, in terms of having the meeting with Vladimir Putin, having this meeting with Zelensky and all these European leaders, getting as close as we are right now, not giving President Trump credit for any of that, but B, basically hoping that we don't end up with a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, as if ending the bloodshed that's been going on would be a bad thing because it would mean a victory for President Trump. It's one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Same goes with the crime in D.C. I can't understand it. It is strange to me. It's confusing to me. Again, any other president, any other leader, especially a Democrat leader, would be celebrated for this. Making the streets cleaner, getting rid of any dangers, protecting the American people, bringing back law and order, that's what we want in America. I can't believe the side the Democrats, or any critics, honestly, of President Trump have taken these last few years, but specifically since he got back into office, because they cannot take the fact that he won again. Let me know what you think. I talked about all of this with Trace Gallagher last night on Fox News.
Elizabeth Pipko, to you first. Here's Trump, as Ashley was saying, talking about bilateral and then trilateral, one step at a time. Watch.
Try and get a three-party meeting, maybe as soon as we can. And I have a feeling you and President Putin are going to work something out. Ultimately, this is a decision that can only be made by President Zelensky and by the people of Ukraine, working also together in agreement with President Putin.
I mean, you listen and watch what happened today, Elizabeth Pipko, and this peace thing is really on track. And if you were among those who were mocking President Trump for getting rolled by what they said happened to Putin and Trump on Friday, you got to be a little bit embarrassed today.
I don't think they're embarrassed anymore. I think they're stuck in their own reality at this point because they seem to be preaching about things that literally are not happening, right? I'm watching what's happening with my own two eyes today, prouder than ever to be an American and be led by President Trump. And then I'm watching folks across the mainstream media talk as if what happened today did not happen, right? I'm seeing leaders from across the world fly in on 3 days' notice because we finally have a leader that they are intimidated by, that they respect, right, for the first time in how many years? I'm watching Zelensky say how well today went. I'm watching the president of Finland say for the first time in 3.5 years, we are now closer in the past 2 weeks to the possibility of peace than we have been. We know what that means about the comparison between Donald Trump and Joe Biden or anyone else that came before him. So the fact is, right now, if you're rooting against Donald Trump, it means you're rooting against America, and shame on you.
It's kind of, she's right when, you're talking about all the leaders there, and at one time he yells out Emmanuel to Macron, and Macron's like, yes, Mr. President, right? So they're kind of following suit here. Zelensky is also on board, and apparently he realizes this is going to cost him some territory. He said the following.
We need support, American and European partners. We will do our best for this. I think we show that we are strong people, and we supported the idea of the United States, of personally of President Trump, to stop this war, to make a diplomatic way of finishing this war, and we are ready for trilateral, as President said.
What do you think, Jessica? Are you optimistic?
I think so. And talk about following suit. He actually wore a suit to the diplomatic meetings today. It was fantastic. We're talking about the partners, both on the European side and making sure that America is there for the security. And that is so much more than empty promises of a ceasefire. This is incredibly important. This is a big step. And I think everybody should be rooting for peace in all of this.
Yeah, interesting. I want to move on now if I can. I want to play some sound because we're going to D.C. crime now, Elizabeth Pipko. Here is the mother of the congressional intern who was shot and killed. She said the following.
It's serious. And, if they can't see that this is a serious problem, then we have a serious problem. And they're not just attacking, people aren't, it's happening to all people from all backgrounds.
It really is, but I want to look at the crackdown numbers. Greg, put these up on the screen for us here because I think it's kind of fascinating. I mean, these are simple and fast. This is what's happened just since October 7th. You can read them for yourself. Dangerous criminals arrested, illegal firearms seized, and so on and so forth. The naysayers, again, Elizabeth Pipko, have got to be like, Oh my goodness, they've done it again. It seems like there's a little bit of a roll going on at the White House these days.
No, you're right. It seems like folks in the mainstream media want to find themselves on the losing end of every single 80-20 issue that exists. I mean, imagine 10 years ago you told a Democrat that you were going to be against a future president trying to root out violent crime. Imagine that they were against parents, again, being able to take their kids to the park or to feel safe driving their car through Washington, D.C. I can't believe it's gotten to this point. And again, it's clear they are literally rooting against America, because a win for America, a win in terms of abolishing any kind of crime, means a win for Donald Trump. And it is shameful that it's gotten this far. But clearly, the politicization cannot stop.
We had James Comer talking about Bill Barr's testimony. Bill Barr was before Congress today talking about Jeffrey Epstein, the connection between Epstein and Trump. Jessica Milan Patterson and James Comer said that Bill Barr said the following.
The Democrats' goal is to try to dig up some type of dirt on President Trump. And what Attorney General Barr testified in there was that he never had conversations with President Trump pertaining to a client list. He didn't know anything about a client list. He said that he had never seen anything that would implicate President Trump in any of this.
He also went on to say if the Democrats had some incriminating evidence against President Trump, it would be out there.
I think what Bill Barr did was close the door on a lot of conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Not only did he say that President Trump was not engaged in any of the illegal activities that Jeffrey Epstein has been accused of, he talked about his death being a suicide. He talked about how there was no connection on any of those fronts. So this is all good news. We have to remember this was a bipartisan effort to have this investigation into what was going on with Epstein, and Democrats and Republicans got to ask questions. Bill Barr cooperated with everyone. This is great news and a closed door on conspiracy.
We had Kash Patel in this show months ago saying it was a suicide. We have the evidence it was a suicide. Jessica, Elizabeth, thank you both.